Welcome again, everybody, to the Clinical Teacher. I'm going to be quickly going over my Words Their Way primary inventory automatic correction tool. If you are interested in my more detailed tools, I do have a rather elaborate tool available that allows you to give all three, the primary, the elementary, and the upper tests to students. You could assign different tests to students, either individual tests, group 1, 2 tests, 2, 3 tests, all 3 tests, and then sort and review the data based on those. It's a really detailed tool, so if you're interested, it is available on my Teachers Pay Teachers. This is the more simplified version. This primary tool only works for the primary test, and it will only give you data on that test. That said, it is a very simple tool, but it does a lot of really effective things to make your job a lot easier, which is what we're all about here at the Clinical Teacher. So I'm going to quickly fly through some of this. If you've already seen the other tool, much of this will be familiar for you. If not, I'll try to go as detailed as I can while still going through quickly. I do recommend you check out my other videos and my other resources. They're all really good. A few of them have to do with Words Their Way. A few of the other ones are going to be new assessment tools, and those will be coming out in the next few weeks. This is our main page. There is a warning. It says, please only modify the cells that are highlighted with yellow with a bold box. It's really important that you only modify those boxes. You'll see them here on the student page because any modification to any other cells can stop this tool from working. If that happens, feel free to message me and I can give you a hand. Otherwise, just try not to mess with it. I would always save your file to one section and then save a new version of the file so that you don't have to overwrite it each time. It's the smartest way to use it. That way you can keep reusing it. Once you input your student information and their year levels, this won't be pre-filled, so you'll need to do that. I filled this in as I filled in all the rest of these. Once you've filled in your student names or year level, all of that will shift over to the student section. Now, in my Teachers Pay Teachers site, there is a free student test. I've pulled that up here on the right-hand side. You can use this so that you can pre-fill into the student worksheets. You do not have to, but it does make it so you can just copy and paste into this box here. Let me quickly look at one of the students that I've already pre-filled with some errors. What you'll see is as I type in words that are incorrect, it will automatically mark it. You can see here I'll quickly change the word pet. I'll change it to the word pat, which means the short vowel in between is incorrect. In addition to marking the word as incorrect, it does automatically mark the word feature as incorrect that was wrong in that, saving you the time of having to do that yourself. Once that's changed, once you've input that with all of your students, you can then go to one of two sections. You can go to the overall view of the results by student. This is just a master sheet giving you detail of where your students are. This is a good place to go if you're looking to just see roughly where your students are on a level. And then if you input their data at the end of the year, you can quickly look at this section again to see how far they've progressed. Where I find these tools most useful and what I really created them for was to differentiate and set up your groups. This is in the primary section right here. So what this allows you to do is set up and assign groups. I've already assigned my groups here based on their achievements. All of these boxes are sortable. What that means is I can, for example, eliminate students who don't have a group by clicking on the little tab at the top, and I could eliminate. I don't want to see any blanks. So that leaves me with only my students that actually completed the test. I can then sort by achievement level. I can do ascending. It will then show me my groups in rough order, and you'll see that errors will start appearing from the top, shifting more frequently as we get near the bottom. Now this tool is not as detailed as my other tool, which is why it's a bit shorter. But if this is a tool that you're working with at your level and you're only going to need this one for your students, then it will give you a fair amount of detail with what you need to work on with your students. How I like to use this as a differentiation tool is I generally sort by I generally sort by, if you need to get your kids back in order, this is the easiest way to do it. There's actually a student number. Change that to ascending and it puts them back in order. I generally sort by group, by deselecting all, or only selecting one group. It should deselect all. There we go. So if I only select group 2, it will bring me up just group 2's errors, which means that I can look for areas of common mistakes. So then I could start planning which word sorts I'm going to do for my groups. So this would be group 2, and then I can expand group 2's box, and I can put in the sort, number, and the date. For example, if this was tied to within word 26, and then I could actually put my date right in there. This is an easy way to keep track of what you've already worked on with your groups to make sure that you're progressing as you go. I tend to use this also to find what I call hotspots. For example, here's one where you have 3 of the group that have made mistakes. There's a whole block in this section where they've made more than 50% errors. I tend to go to hotspots first, and then I go back and fill in the ones that have slightly smaller errors, especially if I were working with a diagnostic tool that, like this one, that doesn't have as many features, such as the master diagnostic tool that I use. So I hope you enjoy the tool. Feel free to drop me any questions either through the YouTube site or through my Pay Teachers question section. I'm always happy to answer questions, and I love hearing back your feedback. If you have any recommendations for improvement, or if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again here at The Clinical Teacher.